Yes, we'll say another big welcome, and of course, it's Lagos Today coming to you live from our studios. We'll be taking some issues first before we take other segments of the program. That is taking a quick one of what our schedule is like for today, where we are set to talk about the exclusive relevance of breastfeeding in, of course, a campaign that is aimed at starting strong in guiding parents on how best we must understand the importance of breastfeeding exclusively, so to speak, because that is qualified with the word, so that we can understand that it is really important we get to know more about this. And to speak with us on this today is Ms. Folami Adenike. She's the Senior Health or Education Officer, Lagos State Primary Health Care Board. She's here with us in the studio to take us through the understanding of why this campaign to guide parents is very important on exclusive breastfeeding. We'll say a big welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
I can see your voice is already cracked. You've been doing a lot of advocacy. It's part of the job, isn't it?
Thank you so much.
All right. Now we're looking at what you just said. How do we really understand starting strong with the point of emphasis, exclusive breastfeeding?
Okay. Exclusive breastfeeding, so to say, has been in the known to all. Exclusive breastfeeding starts from the point at which we have the baby to the point of 6 months, where you give a baby absolutely breast milk feeding without fluid or any other form of food, except prescribed medication. And starting strong is the fact that
you said except prescribed.
Medication.
Why that clause, except prescribed? Could there be any problem?
Of course, any health issue could arise that you need to take a
So you have a caveat there that except on prescription.
Except
okay.
That. And you are starting. We are relating it to starting strong because it is the only feeding that we think has a lot of benefits to mother, to child, to the economic at large. And you start at that point where the baby is expelled to 6 months.
But why is it 6 months? Why not beyond 6 months? I mean, why are you very emphatic that it must not exceed? I mean, it's at least for a maximum of 6 months.
Okay. There's a word there, exclusively. You are not giving that child anything, aside breast milk till 6 months. At 6 months, the baby tends to have more activities, begins to want to crawl, want to do other better things that would demand much energy, source. And breast milk at that point might not be able to, give all. But the child is still expected to feed up to 2 years of life with breast milk along other complementary.
Exactly. Oh, beautiful. At least my mind is at rest now, because I know at one time for 1 year you can still do breastfeeding.
To 2 years.
Till 2 years, even 3 years.
Yes, sir.
But then there are complaints by mothers that regular breastfeeding of the child, in the course of the child trying to suck the breast, they feel the pain, and at times the gum can make them wide, can pinch the mother's nape of the breast and all of that. I don't know, if I'm just asking, curious.
Okay. You see, breastfeeding, exclusive breastfeeding, is a decision taken. It's something you need to make up your mind that you want to do. And I haven't done that with so much support from the family, the in-laws.
No, madam, let me take you back. You said it's something you must make up in your mind that you must do.
Yes.
Why? Is it not natural that the mothers must feed his or her child?
Definitely.
Must it be something you must have in your mind to do? I'm just curious, forgive me.
Yes, because that's
which means
every good thing has one or two challenges.
You might choose not to want to comply with that. Is that what we're saying?
You would want to comply if you consider the importance, the advantages of exclusive breastfeeding.
More like it now.
Exclusive breastfeeding is very cheap. It's the first line of immunization any child would have. The first yellowish discharge from the breast immediately after delivery. That is the #1 immunization any beautiful child will want to have, because and it's irreversible. It promotes mother-child bonding. To the child, it helps the brain formation so well. It sharpens the brain cells. It's cheap. And there's so many of it that you can't. It has to fight viruses, bacteria. So a child coming down with any other thing, you are sure this child has been well immunized.
But you agree with me that we have challenges of working mothers. those who work in the bank, the corporate setting, are you saying that they can be able to practice this exclusivity for 6 months?
So
will they be able to carry the baby to their offices, and will it be allowed? I mean, I'm just thinking aloud too.
So well, you see the breast
What
milk,
would they do in such situations?
Okay, you see the breast milk, God has made it in such a way that it can stay for, quite some hours. I haven't expressed it into a clean bottle. Yes.
Okay.
You express it out and then you keep it in a clean container. You put it down. It can stay for 8 hours. Any child
can that still make the baby start strong?
Very well. The baby
if you preserve it for that more instead of taking it directly?
So well.
So well.
So well. And aside that, sir, the government is working towards some policies now that will help mothers to do better in that field as regards career women.
That's right.
Some agencies are coming up with having crèches around them where you can go and within the working hours to breastfeed your child, or if it's a baby you need to drop, you have expressed your breast milk, which cannot go sour until that long hours. All you need to do is orientate them on how to do it. Have your hands clean. You feed with cup and spoon, and you are good to go. And you are starting.
Sincerely, you're educating me, and I think I am well informed in this regard. But let's look at the fact that if we are to look at the benefits accruing from exclusivity of breastfeeding, and of course that which is supposed put together to make the child start strong, I really want to know what are the gains there for the child and of course the mother.
For the child, is the first line of immunization, like I earlier mentioned.
Okay.
Is the first line. The yellowish discharge from the mom's breast immediately after delivery, it's irreversible, and it goes to build the antibodies, for that child. And when that child is being susceptible to, bacteria and the viruses and all of that, you are sure that child is well covered. And the brain cells, how about that? The brain cells, it sharpens the brain cells, and that you can't. There's no better ways to it. If you are feeding your child exclusively, you are sure that child is going to perform better in, future time.
Well, we cannot thank you enough, Ms. Folami Adenike. I hope you still come back to give us more understanding of the narrative so that we can understand exclusively the importance of why this is important. But this is, suffice to say, that is well enlightening and well informing to our viewers out there. We thank you very sincerely. We thank you. If you must go, what would be your parting words? Let me just give you that opportunity to just give a parting words.
Start strong all the way with breast milk.
For better future, you say?
Yes.
For a better future. So let's start strong all the way from the next 6 months for a better future of the child. Okay, we'll take a quick break now. We'll come back to look at compliance and enforcement with traffic laws in the state. That will come in a while.
The first 6 months of a baby's life brings that first grasp, that first smile, that first laugh. For the first 6 months, don't give water. Breast milk has everything baby needs to grow strong and sharp. For the first 6 months, give baby only breast milk. No water. Start strong for a better future.
This message is from the Lagos State Government with support from Alive and Thrive and other partners.